dear students, you're welcome to week 2 of our Abacus online classes. My name is Auntie Gifty and I'll be taking you through today's class. Alright, so before we go on, let me take you through what we did last week. Let's just remind ourselves before we continue. So last week, we looked at the parts of the abacus. And if you remember, we said that this plate, this one, is what we call the frame. Okay, so we remember that this is the frame, right? And then this place is the beam or the bar, right? And then we have the rod, the things that the stick that the rod is the beater on it is called the rod. Then after that, we look at the lower beads, this one, and then the upper beads, and then we looked at what? The pointers. Okay, so that was what we did last week, because the part will help you to know how to go about using the tool. Now, in this our second lesson, we'll be looking at the basic rules governing the use of the abacus and how to get 1 plus 1 on your abacus tool. Okay, so let's begin. Now, these are the simple things you must note about using your abacus tool. Number 1, like I told you last week, before you perform any calculation on your abacus, make sure that you clear your abacus. So if you look at my tool here, you see that this is not well cleared. So to clear my abacus, because mine is big, I will do this to make sure that all my upper beads are up and all my lower beads are down before I start any calculation. So you will just use your thumb and your index finger to move along the beam like this, or the bar. When you do this, all your upper beads will go up and then your lower beads will come down. So if your tool is like this, I told you that you will hold the tool with your non-dominant hand, that's the hand you are not using to write, and then you use the hand what you are using to write to do your calculations. So you use your hand to go in the middle of your beam like this, and then by the time you finish and back, you see that all your lower beads are down and all your upper beads are up. So when you are performing calculations, unlike my tool, yours have to be flat on the surface for you to use it. If not, your beads will keep on moving. You cannot have a cleared abacus. So for you to effectively use your tool, you need to make sure that you are what? You've cleared it. It's on a flat surface. You hold it with the hand you are not using to write, and then you clear it nicely, and then you are good to go. Is that clear? Alright. So having cleared your tool, what's the next thing we'll be doing? We will now look at how we go about our calculations. So I told you that we use our thumb and our index finger to work on the abacus. No other fingers, only your thumb and your index finger. Now, you see the lower part of the abacus. Whenever we move these up, they are added. So it means that if I use my thumb, if I'm adding anything on the lower bead, I must use my thumb. So for instance, if I want to do 1, I'll use the thumb to take it up. You see that? If I want to bring it down, I'll use my index finger to bring it down, like this. Do you get it? So this is the rule number 2. Use your thumb and your index finger only. We use the thumb to move beads on the lower section up. We use our index finger to bring it down. The same way, when we come to the upper beads, we use our index finger to take it down, and we use our thumb to take it up. So it means that the thumb is for moving beads up only, and the index finger will always take it down. Do you understand? Very good. Now, if you have understood the use of your thumb and your index finger, I want you to take your thumb, move a bead up with your thumb on the lower section like this. Good. Do another one. Excellent. Again. Very good. Take the last one. Good. Now take your index finger Bring it down. Congratulations. So you have mastered how to move your feet up and down on your abacus tool. Remember, you use your thumb and your index finger. Alright. Now let's look at the next part. I told you when you were learning the part of the abacus, I pointed out your pointers to you. So, for those of you with this abacus, you've seen the red beads. Those are your pointers or the indicators. They tell you where to start. So on mine too, these are my pointers. You see, on yours it is the red beads on top. The colors abacus people, there the green part of the top bead, the green bead on top. You see that some of them, the top is colored red. Those are your indicators. To tell you where you will start from. Is that okay? Very good. So if you take your tool here, you see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5 red beads. Good. So that is how to go about identifying your pointers. Now let's look at, with this particular level, we'll be working on our ones, our tens, and our hundreds rod. Now, remember we have something we call the place value chart or the place value, where we have ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, and going. And so it means that if I have 126, it means we have 100. You see that we have 2 tens, that is 20, and we have 6 ones, that makes 6. So the number becomes 126. Do you get it? So it is the same way when we are doing this our calculation. We will start from what? Our ones rod. So you have to identify where will we be doing the ones from, where we'll be doing our tens, and where we'll be doing our hundreds. Do you get it? Good. So if you take the tool like this, with you, this is your ones rod. Start on the third red bead on your abacus. Let's identify the third red bead. Where's the third one? So this is the first red bead. You count it as 1, 2, 3. So this third place is where you have as your ones. That's where you start ones. Do you get it? Then the one by it is tens and then hundreds. So 1, 2, 3. You have ones, tens, hundreds. So it means that if I was the one going to label it for you, okay, that's my duster. If I was the one going to label it for you, I will just simply do it like this. So this is your ones rod. I'll use H to represent 100. I'll use T to represent 10 and O to represent your ones. Do you get it? So your third red bead, this is ones. The one by it is tens rod. The one beside it is hundreds rod. Do we get that? Good. So on my abacus tool, I will start my ones from here. This will be my tens and this will be my 100. Because I'm using the 13 rod abacus. So I will start mine here. Ones, tens, and hundreds. But you will start yours on the third red bead. So then you have your ones, your tens, and your hundreds. Is that okay? Good. So having understood that, now let's look at it. How do we then go about doing 1 plus 1, for instance? So when I say 1 plus 1, it means that 1 is what? When you are counting numbers, 1 is what? On the ones rod. So it means that I'll come to my ones rod here, and then I'll do what? 1. Then I'll add another 1. Remember, I'm adding with my thumb. Do you get it? Then I get what? 2 as my result. So my answer will be what? 2. Do you see that? Very good. So the same way, if I want you to do 2, 1 plus 1 plus 1, I can still do it on what? 1 plus 1 plus 1. So it means that this must go on my what? 1's rod again. So remember, clear your abacus after finding your answer. Do you see that? Then you do it 1 plus 1 plus 1. What do we get? Very good. Our answer will be 3. Is that okay? Good. Clear your abacus again before you do another one. So I can have 1. Let's say we are doing 1 plus 1 plus 1 minus 2. Okay? So to get that on my abacus 2, what will I do? Clear your abacus first. Then we go 1 plus 1 plus another 1. That gives us what? 3. Then they say minus 2. So if I do minus 2, remember I'm using my index finger to do the minus 2. So down. Then what will be my answer? That is it there. 1. So another thing I want you to note is that you realize that all the time I have been working, I only read the beads that have been moved to the beam as my answer. Do you see that? So it means that if I work and there is nothing here, my answer will be what? 0. So whenever you are working on your abacus 2, you only read the beads that have been moved to the beam. You understand? Don't do any calculation that is not on what? The beam. Don't read anything that's not on the beam. So all these beads here are not, don't read it. Only when you have worked what is on top here and the beam like this, or what has been brought down here, that is what you want. You will read as your answer. Is that okay? So let's do this one together. Let's go. Do 1 plus 1 plus 2. What will be your answer? So let's do it together. On my 1's rod, but all these numbers are what? Under 1's. So on my 1's rod, I will come and I will take 1 up with my thumb. And we say plus what? Plus 1. Good. Then we do plus what? 2. Very good. Plus 2. And what will be our answer? Now let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that gives us 4 as the answer. Do you see? Very good. So that is how to go about the what? The use of your abacus tool. Remember, always clear your abacus before you start your any what? Calculation. So it means that when you first come for your abacus class, the first thing you do is what? You clear your tool. Then once the class starts, when you are doing any calculation, after you move it up, clear it before you go on to the next calculation. Then we said that your pointers here, your ones will start on your 3rd red bead, and I will be doing mine from here. Do you get it? So after on your 3rd bead, you have your ones, 10s, and your 100s. Do you get it? Good. So that is how we are going to be working. And for now, we have looked at how to do 1 plus 1. So we have looked at how to what? Add and subtract on the what? 1's rod. Do you get it? So not to pack you with so many information for today, I would like to just go over briefly with you, then we close the lesson today. Next week, we will start with the main lessons going. So you start learning how to add and subtract into details next week. So far, you have learned about the parts of the abacus. That is the frame. Good. There. Let's do it together. B or the bar. Then we have our lower beads, our upper beads, our pointers. Then the rod too is there. Remember that. And then we have said that what? Use your thumb to move it up. Use your index finger to bring them down. When it comes to the upper beads, you use your index finger to bring it down. You use your thumb to take it up. We also said this is your what? Once rod starts on the third red bead, and then your 10th rod follow, and your 100th rod also follow. And we have looked at 1 plus 1, and then how to subtract in your abacus. Congratulations! Thank you for sitting through this week's lesson. Again, my name is Auntie Gifty. It was fun time learning with you. I hope you enjoyed the class and you are looking forward to next week. Thank you. Carl Genius Edu Maths. Mental Maths for mental growth. Thank you.